More people now understand the risks for fraud and scams online, but they're also putting themselves at risk. So we want to know about that. Also, free perks. Anytime you say the word free, you get our attention. Free perks, Steve Staeger, that we don't even know about.
Here to tell you all about them.
I know.
We've got lots of stuff to talk about in Steve Staeger Notes today. Good news, people are finally starting to realize that scams and frauds can happen to anyone at any age. A new survey found 88% of people agreed with that, which is up significantly from a few years ago when most Americans thought scams and fraud were focused on seniors. Now, just because everyone knows it can happen to anyone, the AARP found most people aren't taking precautions they need to keep themselves safe from scams. 64% of people still use repeated passwords for different accounts online. I scream about this every week. 35% of people reported using their social media logins to log into other platforms. A big no-no, because that exposes you even further. And people are taking those questionable quizzes on social media, downloading suspicious apps on their social media platforms that promise fun games and stuff. Really, they're just a gold mine to gather information to scam you. Kathy Stokes leads the AARP's Fraud Watch effort, and she told me financial fraud is really reaching a crisis point in this country.
The state of fraud is that it's getting worse by the year, exponentially worse. You know, back when I started doing this work around 2018, 2019, we thought around 15% of Americans had experienced a loss through fraud, whether, you know, money or sensitive information leading to identity fraud. We're up to 41% now.
41%. All right, from fraud to free. When's the last time that you cashed in on the perks on your credit card or warehouse membership? Now, I'm not talking about cash back or that $1.50 hot dog. It's good, though. The consumer advocacy group Consumer's Checkbook looked into some free perks that you might not know that you have. Let's start with the warehouse clubs, because that's where you'll bump into me on the weekends. A lot of people...
Ain't no club like the Costco.
Right? Oh, it's my new club. A lot of people know Costco offers travel benefits like deals on rental cars, but did you know that Costco actually offers free tech support to help you set up your computer that you just bought? You don't have to call one of the Geek Squad or anything. Costco will do that for you. Or you could also figure out your new flat screen TV. Sam's Club and Costco also offer discounts on theme park passes, spa gift cards, and movie tickets. You just got to shop around for that. Your credit card may have more than airline miles and cash back. Some credit card offers, they offer perks like travel insurance. Some might even pay for that extra insurance on the rental car, the one the place is trying to get you to pay for. The credit card takes care of it. Consumer's Checkbooks, Kevin Brassler says that you need to log into your credit card's online account and look for a membership benefits page, since companies often don't talk about these perks after you sign up.
They may have been advertised when they signed up for a credit card. You know, they may have said, oh, you get trip protection or these other benefits, rental car coverage, things like that. But then, you know, once they have you, they might not necessarily, you know, do a very good job of marketing these things.
By the way, Brassler also says you want to make sure you look for perks through your health insurance, like gym memberships, weight loss programs, and smoking cessation programs. I can say that word, I promise. And finally, we often hear from people who are right in the thick of it when it comes to fraud. A few weeks ago, a family reached out trying to recover from some serious identity theft. So we sat them down with Amy Knopfziger. She's the head of the AARP's Elder Watch, which has a free hotline for folks who've experienced scams or fraud with advice on how to get back on your feet. You can hear their whole conversation streaming right now on 9 News Plus. But something that Amy brought up during that conversation caught our attention, and it's a great tip that we wanted to share with you. She says, if you've been the victim of a scam, you're trying to sort things out with law enforcement or your bank, try to leave the emotions out of it.
I'll listen, empathize, because that's what all humans need is, someone to listen to and someone to empathize. And then I'll say, okay, when you go to them, leave that aside and just go straight for the facts. Because a lot of these institutions, law enforcement, they're really, their job is to not be emotional because they have to deal with some really heavy stuff, right? But we bring that, and so sometimes the emotion can overtake where the data and the facts are. So give us the emotion and give them the facts.
That was the most striking part of her conversation, because these folks were dealing with, downstream effects of this. It wasn't just like, my credit card information got stolen. It was now someone's taking my Social Security check and putting it into a different account. And every time I change it, it changes back. Or I've got an annuity that keeps changing like the payment amount. And so they were just trying to whack at as many moles as they possibly could and having a hard time getting there. But so much of the emotion was caught up in that story that every time they'd call to have a conversation with someone, they got stuck. And so this was the best advice I've heard, is just try to be a reporter. Report what you know, the facts, and try to keep the emotions out of it when you're talking to those other people.
Yeah, because you get hysterical about the whole thing, and then you kind of want to blame somebody, and you're just not going to get anywhere.
Absolutely, yeah.
Pretty good advice.
Thank you, Steve. All kinds of things. You got me looking for perks. I'm going
Gotta
to
look
start
for
searching.
Get those perks.
I need perks.
But don't do those online quizzes.
I know.
Stay away from those.
I'll stay away from all that. Okay.
All right.